Computer. All right, cool. I just got this recorded. So let's get started. It's 8 p.m. Sunday, October 18th. This is our Sunday Market Blitz session. So we do this every single week. We've been doing this for about a year now, a little over a year now. Pretty much coming into our Discord chat. I'm just going to go over this analysis section. We post all of our analysis for this week, all the pairs that we're looking to trade, from the major pairs to all of the exotic pairs. So we're going over everything. We're going to cover a lot in this session. Nick's going to join up. So if you guys have found us on Instagram, Nick is Nick Dark FX. I'm Saved by FX. We run the Forex League page. And we do these live sessions for free. We post them on YouTube. The goal of these sessions, guys, is just to, for us personally, we would do this anyway. We would go through all the pairs for the week. Me and Nick trade in the market, so we're getting ready to trade for the week. So we figured it'd be a good resource for anyone that wants to learn, just to watch us go through our analysis and look for potential trades. So the topics that we're going to go over are going to be market structure. We're going to do top-down analysis. We're going to look for potential entries. We're going to use all of our technical analysis tools, from fibs to trend lines, supply and demand, price action, whatnot. Me and Nick are swing traders, and he's about to join right now. Me and Nick are pretty much swing traders, so we do look on the higher time frames. So we got Nick joining up. Let me get him unmuted in here. Here we go.
Yeah, guys. Why you always trying to?
What's up, Nick?
What's up?
That's good. Yeah, so I already started up. I'm just giving a little bit of an overview of everything. But what's good?
Cool. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Good chance to kind of relax, recoup, get back into the market.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna pretty much get started. If you guys have any questions, just hit up the chat. If you guys are new to Zoom, don't know how to work the chat, just look it up online, whatever. But questions will be covered more towards the end. Normally we do a giveaway. Today we won't do a giveaway, but we will be announcing, we'll be talking about our products towards the end, our premium packages towards the end of the session. So if you guys want to get in on that on a little discount, just stick around for the end, and let's pretty much get right into it. So do you want to get started with it?
Yeah, I'll start off with DXY like we usually do. Get right into it. Yeah, let me share it here.
I'm gonna let you share up.
All right, fair enough.
Here we go.
Cool. All right. All right, hopefully you guys should be able to see my screen. Just DXY here. Let me know if you guys could see it. Can you see it, Angela? Or just
yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. All right, good. All right, guys. So we start off on DXY. That's kind of the deal. We always start off this way, and that's because this chart just represents the U.S. dollar. The strength or weakness. Wherever it's going, this shows it. And we always want to kind of understand where the U.S. dollar is going for the week ahead, what it's been doing, because it makes up for 80% of all trades. So as this fluctuates, you'll see most of the market will fluctuate as well. It is also considered a safe haven currency. There's always going to be, natural investors to this. So it's just good to analyze it and kind of break it down. So let's start off on the daily time frame. And what I'm going to do here basically is called top-down analysis for those that don't know. And that simply means we're working our way down through the time frames. Now, I'm only starting at the daily here. Normally, with a full chart breakdown, you'll start on the monthly. But, that's everything to the left of this here before April is kind of irrelevant. So we just want to stay here. We're on the daily time frame again. So what we're doing here is just looking for the overall trend, see if anything has changed, see where we're at. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Again, daily time frame, we can see that it was primarily bullish for quite a while. Then we had Corona. That's what this huge whipsaw is right here, or ripsaw, followed by consolidation. And then, everything got priced in, and then we saw price action start to fall. So we did get a break of a higher low here. So that's what this daily BOS means, daily break of structure. This is when significant daily higher lows were broken, which means a change of trend. So we had a transition from bullish trend to bearish trend. And then again, here's a conviction, price action shot down to our monthly zone. and our supporting trend line, where we saw a ton of consolidation and then a bit of a pullback. So we have a lower time frame bullish trend here. Let's drop down and get a closer look. Okay, so overall, we were bearish. Actually, hold on one second. Let me go back to the daily. So we saw a daily break here. So on the daily time frame, we're bearish, right? So let's find out where we are on the day, on the 4 hour rather. Here was that test of the monthly. It pulls back. We start getting these higher lows, higher highs, break of these lower highs. So on the 4 hour, technically we were bullish for a short period, but we weren't able to confirm it. So, you know, we're in a very, you know, high sensitivity area where we can't really decide where DXY is going until we see some sort of breakout. So, you know, with the daily trend being bearish, 4 hour being bullish here, you know, it's kind of hard to say. So what we need to see from here are two potential scenarios. So either we're going to go long or we're going to go short. So if we go long, we need to see a clear break outside of this consolidation. So I really want to see a higher low above 94, or at least above this zone, to kind of confirm that this is going to continue bullish, that the 4 hour bullish trend is going to push into the daily and then potentially retrace into a higher zone, you know, 95, 96, and so on and so on. So to start that off, to start that bullish rally, again, we just want to see a higher low above 94. All right, if we do get rejection from this zone right now, just look for this pattern to continue developing. You know, look for a bearish leg down to this lower trend line and so on. So if this happens, we're going to reanalyze and come up with two more potential scenarios, and we'll just see how it reacts around this trend line. Whether it breaks lower, we'll look to get it on a lower high and then continue with that new bearish trend. Or if it reverses again, we'll look to just keep analyzing while price action remains within this pattern. So we'll see how it goes. I definitely think it's got the momentum to break higher. I mean, we'll see. This is a good volume trend here. Nice break and retest. So we'll see. We'll see. We definitely could be seeing a nice bullish dollar for the week ahead. All right. So that's DXY. I'm going to finish off on the daily time frame real quick, just to check our targets, see if everything makes sense. So if we go long, we get a higher low above 94. Definitely could reach prior high, if not the 200 EMA and so on. If we go short, if we see some bearish momentum step in, trend line's first target, and then ultimately we'll target down towards the monthly and this lower trend line. All right, so DXY, let's move on to AU, our first actual pair. And we're going to apply the same method you guys just watched me apply here. We're going to start on the higher time frame, daily time frame, take a look at the overall sentiment and trend, and then work our way down to more current price action. So let's just zoom in a little bit here on the daily. We could see that we've been very bullish for quite a while. This was a set of lower highs on the weekly. That's why this is a weekly break of structure, because this push right here broke through this key resistance, again, where the lower highs were. So this monthly zone was a very, very significant resistance level for quite a while. Finally broke, changing the trend on the weekly to bullish. We got a nice ascending channel here. Price action gives us a lower high. It falls back down and tests the monthly, confirms it, gives us our nice higher low. But on this retest, it broke daily structure. So this was the daily higher low. It broke through it. So now the daily is bearish. The weekly is bullish. Okay. So now it came back up to test this daily. So we can drop down and take a closer look on that. Let's zoom in a little here. All right. Here was that retest of the daily. First, we got a double top. Then we got a little push above. Couldn't give us a higher low. So it wasn't a true break, right? This is just a test. Comes back down, tests his resistance, gives us an MA crossover, and then pushes lower. So daily is bearish, weekly is bullish. Then we got a break of a 4-hour higher low. So this right here, higher low, higher low. That level broke. So now the 4 hour is bearish as well. So we're definitely looking short here, guys. But we're not quite there yet. Not quite yet at entry. We need a few more confirmations. But this is looking pretty clean so far. So I mean, ideally, we want to see some sort of rejection from these MAs, 38.2. It could even pull back up to the 50 in this area and then reverse, and then enter on an MA cross, bearish confirmations, and then target lower down towards prior lows, significant support levels, and so on. So this could be a nice little play right here, this blue arrow. And yeah, that's where we're looking first. Definitely want to see some sort of structure formation, and then the next, bearish leg. We'll capitalize on that. So we're only looking at short positions as of right now, but what needs to happen for us to go long, to start looking at long positions. And simply, we need a break above 0.714, confirmed higher low, and then we can consider, placing some longs here. But again, I really want to be conservative. So I want to wait until, for me personally, I'll wait for this daily zone to break, some sort of, nice confirmations above this. Because again, this is still a really big resistance zone. Everything between this 200 EMA and this daily zone, tons of resistance. So this would be a pretty aggressive long if we saw it. But either way, it could happen. It could happen. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys updated in the analysis and in the premium analysis as well. So definitely looking short here, guys. Keep an eye on this one early in the week. Could catch a nice little short. Volume's kicking in too. So we'll see what happens. All right, so that's AU. Let's move on to AJ. Very, very similar to AU, guys, but that's usually the case. So we're going to start on the daily time frame again. Overall, we're bearish, actually. If we zoom out a little more, key support was here. We broke. Now it's testing as key resistance, right around 77 flat. So it looked like we were going to get a change of trend here, where it was going to go bullish on a break of this monthly. It just didn't happen, unfortunately. But we did get a weekly transition here. So this is a weekly lower high. We broke above it. So the weekly time frame was then bullish, but we couldn't really confirm it with this break. So, as price action reached this area, this monthly zone, it just kept weakening and weakening. We got one final push, and then price action just gave up, fell back, pulled back all the way to this weekly zone in 200 EMA, simply testing it. So we're still bullish on the weekly, but then we're bearish on the daily because look, we had a higher low here that was broken. So daily's bearish, weekly's bullish. Let's go ahead and drop down, get a closer look. All right, cool. So here we go. Here was that failed push, that failed continuation, gave us a lower high, came back down through this higher low. That's that daily break of structure, shot down to the weekly break of structure, tested it, came back up, and then tested the daily again. So it's kind of just been bouncing, guys. I mean, we do have some ranging here, a few bounces on each here, but I mean, this thing is bearish on the daily, bullish on the weekly, and now bearish on the 4 hour. Because again, higher lows right here. We broke that. So, I mean, we're looking short first and foremost. Okay, I just want to see a continuation of this push here. If we do get some rejection from the current level, that would be perfect. So this would be new resistance, 50% fib level, pull back through the MAs, and then hopefully we get an MA cross with like a nice bearish engulfing or something. I'll enter that 10 out of 10 times. That's a perfect trade. Everything I want to see, we'll enter on that and then target back down towards our monthly or our weekly break of structure rather, which is right where our negative 27 fib level is. So this could be a really nice trade. Something like this. Bring this down a little more.
Yeah, like it really need that 75 level is definitely a serious level. See how it respected it 3 times there, and then this is what we're looking for it to reject right now. It's coming right into it.
Yep. So this would be absolutely perfect if we saw the right confirmations. Take a nice short 2 to 1 into this weekly, and then again, that doesn't mean that's the end of the trade. This could break this weekly zone, continue lower, and then we'll play it and manage it accordingly. But this could be a really nice trade again, at least 2 to 1 right now. 80 pips risking 40 or something like that. Close enough. 40 for 80. Yeah, 2 to 1. All right, so that's the play we're looking at now. This is the favorable one. As long as it remains below resistance, that's what we're looking at. So if this breaks back above the 75 handle and confirms this with a higher low, you could take a long opportunity and play the range, right? Granted, it is still very much bearish until we get above this range, above this daily zone, but this could be a nice quick counter trend trade with a nice stop, a nice tight stop loss. And this actually could be something we may be interested in. This would be about 100. This would be a better risk reward. You can just see it already. Well, almost a 4 to 1 on 25 for 100. So yeah, guys, really good risk reward on this one. Whichever way it goes, we'll be ready for it. But we're definitely bearish first. Need to see a lot for us to change our perspective, change our bias here. All right, let's jump up to the daily, get one last look at our targets, see if everything makes sense. Right, if we reject here, there's no reason we can't hit this weekly. It seems very likely. If we get above this 4 hour, could we see this monthly zone touched again? Probably. So yeah, either way, guys, a lot of potential on this one. So I'll keep in mind, again, I know I said it as soon as we switched, but AU and AJ are very, very similar. So expect whichever move to happen on one to be, pretty much developing on the other. All right, so that's AU and AJ. Let's move on to UJ. Daily time frame to start, guys. Every time. This thing is just so bearish, so bearish. It's been forming this giant descending triangle. As you guys can see, tons of lower highs, key support being down here at 104.5. Let's zoom in, get a closer look. All right, tons of lower highs, right? Key support again, 104.5. We recently broke through major support at this weekly zone right around 107. Confirmed the break, price action shot straight down, came back, retested, gave us a couple lower highs, and then went down and tested support again, came back up another lower high, and so on. So price action just getting squeezed. It's honestly due to break. It needs to either break lower with a nice leg to the downside, or it needs to come back up. So, I mean, we'll see. Let's drop to the 4 hour. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, we are definitely looking at shorts first, because nothing here on any time frame really is showing that this is going to go bullish, that there's serious long opportunities to be made here. It's just not showing it. So we're going to continue with this bearish bias. We're going to look for shorts, but only under the right circumstance. So, here we are. We are daily on the bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, bearish on the 4 hour. We were bullish on the 4 hour. I'm sorry, right here when we had this transition, we were bullish on the 4 hour. Right, then we got a weekly break. This is a weekly higher low, so it broke weekly structure, retested, and now it's stuck between this 4 hour zone. Do this 4 hour, and now it hasn't broken this yet, so the 4 hour trend is still holding. So this is technically a higher low for a 4 hour. So even though this is sideways, the 4 hour trend is technically bullish, right? But if this zone breaks, then it won't be, and that means we'll have the weekly, daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour all bearish, which just lines up, gives us more confidence in a short opportunity, which is what we want. It's really what we want to see right now. So we want to see this 4 hour break, this 4 hour zone break, confirm this with a lower high, and then we're shorting on that. Okay, we're going to short on the lower high below this 4 hour zone right at pretty much 105. Pretty much 105. Any sort of lower high below that, we're shorting on. And then this would be the trade. Something like this. Actually, I'm going to target down towards 0%. And just over 3 to 1. Again, your stop loss will vary. So figure, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, somewhere in there. Nonetheless, it meets our rules, at least 2 to 1. Great potential trade. And again, once price action gets down to here, that's not going to be the end of the trade necessarily. This thing could seriously drop, especially if it pops this level right at 104.5. That's that huge support level that we were talking about on the higher time frame, and is actually blocking us from this next zone. So if we do get a serious break of this level here, all this is free for movement. So we could see a nice drop. Okay, so that's why this level is so significant. That's why we really want to be in this trade when it does break. Okay, could this be it? Maybe, we'll see. Either way, we'll be ready for it. All right, so this is that short opportunity. Just look for a lower high below this 4 hour, and then we're shorting this baby down towards significant support. Ready for this one, man. UJ redemption. All right, but guys, what has to happen here for us to go long, right? What do we need to see to change our bias, start looking at long opportunities? And that honestly is a break of this entire area here. I want to see price action in this zone above 106 with some higher lows above that. That to me says, hey, this had the conviction to break this zone, to break this lower high, to continue in this uptrend despite all the bearishness. So that is a real break to me. That gives me confidence in going long and saying that, hey, we're changing trend here, and we're going to get in on it and target towards this weekly, and then we're going to reanalyze if that happens. So let's just go ahead, for the sake of analysis, let's see how many pips we're working with if we do get up into this area. So just about 100 on the target. And then your stop loss, granted, depending on where the higher low forms, guys, I'm just using the stop loss outside of this, which would then be support, just for good measure. But either way, guys, 30 pip stop, just over 3 to 1, 50 pip stop, 2 to 1. So 50 to get 100 pips. Not a bad trade, either way you look at it. Definitely could be a nice trade setup when this plays out. All right, so that's UJ. Again, this is so dependent on DXY, and where this goes is going to determine where UJ goes for the most part, unless unless the yen and the dollar have some crazy battle this week. But other than that, if we don't have any crazy factors driving the market, US dollar will just be moving it as usual. All right, so that's UJ. We're going to cover EJ and then gold. I'm going to pass it off to Angelo. All right, guys. EJ, Let's zoom out. Overall, we were very bearish. We had a weekly break of structure right here. Once we broke this weekly lower high, confirmed a higher low, and then conviction stepped in. Bullish volume stepped in and took price action to our next zone, our monthly, around 126.5. And then we got a nice slow reversal. So we established a range. Pretty much, I mean, it looks like a head and shoulders, but these tops are too close. Either way, it's a clean reversal. Gave us a lower high before the dump. Pulled back down, hit 61.8, came back up, rejected daily structure that had broken as resistance, and pushed back down. So there's a lot going on in here, guys. Let's kind of drop down and get an idea. But as we're dropping down, keep in mind the weekly time frame is bullish. Okay, so let's go to the 4-hour. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so here is that slow reversal I was talking about with these 3 peaks off the monthly zone. That final lower high, price action dropped, hit the 61.8, came back up, rejected this daily. All right, so let's just talk about trends for a second. Weekly is bullish. Daily is bearish because we broke this higher low here. This daily higher low, we broke it, retested it. Daily is bearish. Then the 4-hour is bullish. Okay, we broke this lower high, got a higher low. So just keep in mind, weekly bullish, daily bearish, 4-hour bullish. So, you know, we can't really make a clear trade while we remain in these zones here. In between these zones, this is essentially a range. So we are primarily bearish, so we're looking for shorts. So we want to enter on a lower high below this 4-hour zone, get back below this 4-hour, and then just kind of something that's going to give us confidence in this continuation of a bearish trend here. And then we're going to short on a confirmed lower high, something like this. Okay, this is going to be like almost 200 pips, guys. You know, 50, 60 pips for your stop loss, well over 3-to-1. Amazing trade. Guys, that's a huge trade right there. Risking 1% to get 3%. I'll take that every day of the week. All right, but that only gets triggered if we see a lower high below this 4-hour zone, right at 123 flat. All right, so if we're going to continue long here, opposite, we're looking for the exact opposite setup here. I want to see a higher low above this daily zone, confirmed, and then guess what? We're going long into this monthly zone. Pretty much the same, almost 200 pips. Again, it's going to vary depending on where that higher low forms, but we're looking at over 3-to-1 again. So either way you cut this, this is going to be one hell of a move. Damn near 200 pips either direction. So we're just going to wait on it, see how it plays out. While it remains within this range here, guys, I'm not really interested because, like, what are you going to just buy it? Like, buy it here, short it here, buy it here, short it here. It's not enough for me. I want to see something more, you know, more developed. So something a little more certain. So waiting for that break. And then, yeah, we'll be there to capitalize on it. So stay tuned on EJ, guys. Still a little ways away from an entry. Let's move on to gold, our final and last, for me anyway. Daily time frame, very much bullish. I mean, nothing here says bearishness really on this time frame. So we had a break of 1800, quick rally up to 2070, and it came back down, hit the 61.8, you know, came back, tested daily structure and so on. So we know that the weekly is bullish. Let's drop down to the 4-hour and get a closer look. All right, so after this rally, we had tons of consolidation. Key support was established right at 1930, which also was our, you know, set of daily higher lows. Okay, so when that broke, we changed our daily trend from bullish to bearish. So daily trend is now bearish. Okay, we shot down to the 61.8, broke this higher low, gave us some higher lows on the 4-hour. So the 4-hour is bullish. Okay, so just to reiterate, weekly is bullish, daily is bearish, 4-hour is bullish. Okay, so again, just like we covered on EJ, while this remains within these two zones here, it's essentially a range. No real great trade. So I actually put this analysis out today as a neutral setup because I'm not that certain as to where gold is going yet. But if we see a break of this 4-hour or this daily zone, literally just look to enter. If you're going short on a lower high, look to go long on a higher low. Literally exactly what we just covered on EJ, right? Break to the upside, break to the downside is what we're looking at on gold as well. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's bullish. Gold is also, you know, a safe haven commodity. Lots of investors, you know, kind of stalking this one. So I definitely think it's going to appreciate over the long term. But, you know, as of right now, with all the uncertainty in the dollar and everything going on, it's it's hard to say where gold's going to go. So these are our two scenarios. I don't really have a stance on it, as I said, but if it breaks lower, I'll be looking at short. If it breaks higher, I'll be looking at long. All right, daily time frame, just to kind of reiterate, check our targets, see if everything makes sense. Right, if it breaks this 4 hour, it could definitely shoot down to the weekly, closer to this 1800 handle. If it breaks higher, this could be the start of a major rally up to a new all-time high, a new high rather. We could see it. We could see it. So we'll see. We'll see. And again, guys, we'll be taking you through this, as this develops, as we, reanalyze. You guys will be getting all that stuff in the Discord, and we'll be made well aware of everything we're looking at. So quick recap for me, guys. I covered DXY, covered AU. Look at that rejection off that level. Look at that holding. AU, AJ, again, rejection there. UJ, EJ, and gold. All right, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed my analysis. I'm going to pass it off to Angelo. And he's going to cover some others. He's going to show you guys how to make $1 million. I'm
going to take over. That's it. So for you guys that are just joining, if you joined during Nick's session, welcome to the Sunday Market Blitz. Nick covered a lot of the minor pairs and some majors. I'm going to hop in and cover some more major pairs again. At the end of the session, we're going to talk about the Forex League course, the little discount that we're going to do. I know a lot of you people are coming from Instagram, and you see everything going on and been following us. So we'll talk about that at the end of the session. So just stick around for that. I'm going to start off with GU. So we're going to bump up now to the monthly time frame right now. I noticed as I was doing my top-down analysis on GU that last month we had this bearish engulfing candle. So obviously that's indicating that there are more sellers than buyers, at least on this time frame. So I'm definitely keeping that in mind as I work down to a lower time frame. As I come down to the daily, we can see there was that huge rejection. This is that bearish engulfing candle, guys. So on the monthly time frame, that was all of these sellers stepping in, just falling down, all sellers stepping in. And then we hit a support level right here, hit the 200-day moving average, started to move north. But I still am anticipating some more sellers to step into the market. As I come down to the 4 hour time frame, we can see 4 hour was in this ascending channel right here. And combining that just with some simple market structure, we have this support level right here that was tested 1, 2, 3 times. And basically I'm looking to play off of this level. This level really needs to be broken. But as long as we're below this trend line right here, as long as we're below this 200-day and these moving averages, if we start to see ultimately more rejection here, then we will look for short opportunities on this. If we start to break above the 200-day right here, break above these moving averages, and really start to transition off this level, this thing could go bullish. This thing could head back to the upside. So yeah, we're just keeping those two scenarios in mind. I won't even be down in the lower time frame on this pair for right now. As you can see, I'm up on the 4 hour. I don't want to get lost on this 30-minute time frame and make a trade a little bit too early. As we can see, even all the way down to the 30-minute, 200-day, we would still need to break above here, even on this time frame, to go bullish. So I'm going to just sit on the 4 hour. I'm going to sit on the 4 hour time frame. If we start to see some sort of, I know right now it's pushing upwards. I do imagine it will reject this level, or it could reject this level. And once it does, that's when we'll look for some potential opportunities. So GU, again, all the way down from the monthly, we're just looking to be bearish on this and to go short. And we'll just wait for the first good opportunity on that. So let's go over now to NZD USD. Let's bump up to the monthly. So up on the monthly time frame, we are looking at a few things here. We got the moving averages crossing, being bullish on this. Recently, we had last month close as a spinning top at this resistance level. So that is a reversal candle on this right here. So that is showing some signs of reversal. But just kind of one look on the monthly, breaking it down to the daily. We can see the daily time frame. It actually had been forming these higher highs and higher lows. So market structure had been fairly bullish on this daily time frame. If we bump back up to the weekly, though, we can see right here, this large fall off was just this huge bearish engulfing candle. So a ton of sellers stepped in at this resistance level. This is really why I'm still looking to sell this off. I'm really looking to be bearish on this, looking for more sell opportunities. Again, that was that huge bearish engulfing candle. Breaking this down now all the way to a lower time frame. You know, we got this ascending channel here, as we can see. I have that drawn on the 4-hour. And this is a flag. So this is a flag. How we normally play a flag, guys, is when it breaks the lower trend line, we look to short and we'll measure this entire neckline. And that's where we're going to look where our targets are towards the bottom there. But as you can see, we're within this channel right now. So let's take a look a little bit closer. We had this huge fall off that broke 4-hour structure right there. We have the 200-day, which is being respected fairly well at the moment. Now price is, you know, look where price is right now. Price was at a low to open the week. Now we're pushing up. I had drawn this level, this 4-hour structure level. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. I'm going to move this up to here. Pretty much, guys, unless we break above this level, we are looking for shorts. So unless we break above this 4-hour structure level, this resistance level, we are looking for short opportunities. So as this thing comes back up to retest this, we could see it hit the 200 moving average, you know, hit these moving averages right here and find some sort of reversal on that. And then we'll play that with the flag, anticipating that this thing will go short. Now, if we break above this level, this 4-hour level, if we start to get higher, at that point, we'll look to target this level. This random line is from that weekly to that weekly resistance level. Price will most likely continue into that level. It's about 40 pips away from this area, 45 pips away from this area. So if that does happen, we will look for longs into the area. So as long as we're below this, guys, we're going to look for shorts this week on NZD USD. Let's look at USEF. Let's bump up to the monthly time frame. So on the monthly with USEF, we had last month close with this bullish engulfing candle. Right here, we're at the bottom of this push. We're at a low, and we are at a monthly support level right here. We are at a monthly support level as well. So that is definitely something to consider. Let's just break this down further. Let's break this down to the daily. So down to the daily time frame, how I see this was we did have this large bearish leg here, large bearish push where we're just trending. And then pretty much what we had was we had this is that bullish engulfing on the monthly. So we had a lot of buyers step in at that level, form a new high. And then at this point, we had, as I break this down to the 4-hour, we had this ascending channel here. So we had price ascending, and then we pretty much broke out of there. So even though the daily, we did see a lot of bullish movement, the structure did shift to be bullish. We did break below this trend line, and we are still below this moving average right now. So in order for us to get bullish on this, guys, on this 4-hour time frame, we're going to need to break above. I have the fibs drawn here. So I know someone asked, what's your fib settings? I'm just going to bring it up real quick, and if you guys are watching the video, you're watching it, you can just pause it and then you can get down the fib settings, or you can just take a little screenshot real quick. But I do have my fibs on this 4-hour time frame because we are bearish on this. As you can see, we rejected this 6218 level, huge bearish engulfing right there. And pretty much as long as we stay below this level, guys, this thing has the potential to fall, to go short, to go lower. As we start to break above this level, as we start to head back into this daily resistance level, this other 4-hour level, that's when, if it does happen, that's when we'll start to consider longs. That's when we'll look at structure and try to shift our bias. But we're still below this trend line. We're still within this fib. You know, we're still within, if we were to draw a supply zone up here, we're still within that. So a lot of resistance right now on USEF, and I know this doesn't correlate as closely with these other two, but that's just what USEF's showing us right now. So if we'll take a look at DXY again in a bit, but you know, DXY pushes up, you know, USEF will push up. If DXY pushes down, USEF will push down. So we're just going to line up the best trade opportunity. And sometimes it's nice when these don't line up. You know, these are all major pairs, you know, obviously based against USD. They don't all correlate 100%. You know, they do all move a little bit differently. So sometimes it's nice having a setup in either direction with a very clear market structure. So if things do execute, you know, based on DXY, then we could just get in on a trade. So that's looking good with USEF, looking to go short. Let's look at EU. Let's start up on the monthly. So let's start up on the monthly time frame. So monthly time frame on EU, huge bearish engulfing candle right here, had a little wick at the bottom right there. As we move down to the weekly time frame, so down to the weekly time frame, again, we could see a lot of bearish price action in here. This huge bearish candle came back up last week, shot back down. A lot of bears stepped in again. So let's just break this down further. Daily time frame, as we can see here, we broke below this level. This kind of just lines up with our weekly level right here. So we broke below this support level on the daily. This was 2 times, broke below here, retested. And then last week we had this evening star that continued this push downwards. So let's go down now to the 4-hour time frame, had this ascending channel. We broke out of this ascending channel. And now we're getting into, potential trades. We're getting into potential trade opportunities. This 4-hour leg is still very much bearish. We're below the 200-day. We're retesting this weekly resistance zone. And as I come down, I'm going to hit the 1 hour. Pretty much as I come down to this 1 hour time frame, what we're looking for right now is we're looking for some solid confirmation below these moving averages, solid rejection. You could see up here, we were very bullish, and then we had a lot of rejection. Right now, we're pulling back a bit. I do have my fibs drawn. I'm going to take these off. This right here. Let's actually bump back up. Yeah, I'm going to take these fibs off, and we're going to come down to this 1 hour time frame. And as we can see, the 1 hour is trending bearish. We're going to come down here. We've got a lot of resistance here. That's where that level rejected previously. And we did draw. We wanted to get below here and retest. So 1 second. Just getting a call. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so on EU, as we can see, broke down. Now, if we retest this 618 level right here, that's when we're going to look to short. That's when we're going to look to short this pair as we come back up to this 618 level. And again, this thing is shaping up. It doesn't correlate with USEF, but that's completely okay, guys. If whatever shows the better setup, and the same thing was happening last week, whatever shows the cleaner setup is what we will take advantage of. So it's honestly good to see. So let's go over now to UCAD. Let's bump up to the daily, to the weekly, to the monthly. So up to the monthly, this thing is kind of, a lot going on here. I just want to break these down a little bit more. So I'm gonna hit the weekly. Weekly time frame looks a bit better. And I wrote this in the analysis. So I forgot to mention halfway through. Again, guys, if you missed, all our analysis is posted in here. So I did write that in the analysis that this week last week we had this spinning top at this 200-day level right there. So this is a reversal candle, guys. Reversal candle at the 200. We're looking for this thing to potentially go higher. We're looking for this thing to potentially go bullish. Let's break this down to the daily time frame. As we can see, structure very much bearish. And then all of a sudden here, last week, end of the week, we had rejection of this weekly level right there. So a lot's going on right now. We had that bullish signal on the weekly time frame, that spinning top that showed us that we could potentially go higher. Then as we start to break that candle down to the daily, we're seeing that we're still very much bearish. Resistance level right here, still very much bearish. As I come out of the 4 hour, this is where I'm looking for everything right now. We have 4 hour, point A, point B, point C on the trend line. We're below the 200-day still, so we're still bearish on this. So we could either head lower right now, or when we would look to buy is we would need to break above this right here, and we would look to buy right here. Boom. So this would be where the buy opportunity would come, right there on that retest, on support, and then we would go long. And so yeah, that's UCAD. If we go down to the 30-minute, right now, where I would look to enter, considering it's at a low, is we're coming to this 200-day now, guys. I'm going to wait and do a play on the 200-day. If it hits the 200-day and finds support, then we won't short it. If it hits the 200-day, breaks it, then I'm gonna short it right there. So that's going to be the strategy on UCAD. I'm going to actually move this up because we're gonna look for potential positions on UCAD relatively soon, and we're going to look for potential positions on EU relatively soon. And what I mean by that is in these live sessions, guys, we mostly cover the higher time frame. So we're mainly on the 4-hour and the daily. We will be active in the premium analysis chat during the week, where we'll start to post lower time frame opportunities when we're looking to enter. And if you guys want to get in on that, just at the end of the session, come into the start here, just $7 one-time fee for that premium analysis. So last but not least, I'm going to cover GJ. So I'm going to go over to GJ. We're going to come up to the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, right? Let's start all the way up monthly. Monthly time frame on GJ, overall very bearish. Last month, bearish engulfing candle right here with that wick. So important to see that. And as we break this down to a lower time frame, just kind of one look, trying to see, what is the overall trend. As I zoom out a bit, we can see the trend is bearish, has been bearish, multiple touches of this trend line are rejected. And then now, as we can see here, this has been bullish, making highs, made this little bit of a higher low. Let's break this down to the daily time frame again, made that higher low right there, started to push up, and now we're failing. Now we're failing a little bit. We're starting to form some sort of a lower high. So I want to see if this is going to continue. I drew this channel to the upside, this ascending channel. We broke that channel. So we're bearish right now, guys. We're bearish. We're looking for shorts on GJ. The week is opening very bullish. Unless we break all the way above this level, then we are going to look for short opportunities. So I'm going to draw that. Unless we break all the way above that level, we're going to look for shorts. Right here was not a good time to enter. A lot of wicks to the downside, rejecting support. So if we do pull up, hit the 200-day, find rejection, very similar to here. We're looking for the same thing. Then we're going to look to short. Previously, what happened, we had the rejection, came back. This was the short opportunity right there. We were watching that live. This is what we would have saw. Came up, rejected below the 200-day, played forward a few more candles, came up, rejected again, came up. That was the entry opportunity, that candle. And then anything beyond that, it was a little late. But so that's where we would have entered last time. Now look at this, it's coming back up. It could shoot all the way back up into these levels. And notice how this was below the 200-day as well, or below the 200-day as well. That's pretty important. If this thing starts to shift momentum entirely, that means that this bullish retracement could be a little bit longer. So let's watch that on the 30-minute. If it does break above and comes up to this, it'll probably come up to this resistance level, and then that's going to be ultimately the test on GJ. So GJ, again, looking to short this. All of the analysis, guys, is posted in the Discord channel for you guys, and it's completely free. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have. Before I get into some our discounts, anything like that, if you guys have any questions, or if Nick, you have anything you want to add, feel free.
I think that pretty much covers it for the Blitz. Yeah, other than that, I mean, we do have some promotions I'm sure some of you guys would be interested in. So, I mean, we're just going to get into that and then kind of send you guys off into the week and remind you that our next live session is going to be Tuesday at 8 a.m.
Yeah, Frog, just message me in the Discord chat. We'll talk more privately about that, because that's going to be a more private thing between us and you. But yeah, that being said, for you guys that are new in the call, new to Forex League, I know a lot of people that are in the call are actually our members currently. And most of them will tell you with the testimonials about the course and everything like that. But we do have a course. We do sell a course. Normally it's $4.99. Pretty much how it goes, it's broken down into 6 weeks. We're going to teach you guys step by step exactly how we trade in the markets. Me and Nick have been actively trading. Nick's been trading for what, 6 years or 5 years?
Yeah, about 6 years now.
I've been trading around 2 or 3 years now. So we're gaining a lot of experience. We're running Forex League, and we are giving back, but at the same time, it does cost money to join, guys. It is, it is a business. It is a community. We have a lot of people helping us run it. But everything that's going to be included, you can be a beginner. You can come in right from the beginning and join. If you guys know nothing about Forex, that's completely fine. We'll give you the basics. But what me and Nick like to say is get on the fucking charts. You got to get on the charts. You got to learn on the actual charts what to do. You can't gain experience just watching the videos. You got to watch the videos, apply it to the charts. So in this first week, where you're going to be watching videos, we're going to go over everything we go over in the live sessions: market structure, support and resistance, supply and demand, fibs, time frame correlation, and then the homework. So we're going to give you guys homework. It's just practice exercises to run through. These are very important to do because, again, you need to be on the charts. You need chart time. And if you don't know how to actually practice what you're doing, then it just delays your process of learning because you're just trying to do what we did on the videos, which is not practical. So we give you guys some examples on what to do. Follow the videos, follow the examples, and you guys will start to gain some experience from that. Then in week 3, we're going to get into some more advanced topics. So examples of entries, top-down analysis, identifying the trend, index. So we always go over DXY, look over patterns, and then convergence. So just like our overall strategy, what goes into it, what do we look for? And yeah, someone said in the chat, all about the charts. It's all about the charts. We'll also give you guys our trading plan. I don't believe I have one on me right now because I just moved, but it is like a 40-page trading plan that me and Nick put together. We put it together for ourselves, guys. Everything we do with Forex League is selfishly for ourselves because we are just like you guys. We're later on in our journey, but it doesn't end. We're continuing to try to get better. We're continuing to try to improve our results and everything like that. So, we got to practice what you preach here. So give you guys a trading plan. I like to say, just leave it next to your bed. Includes everything you need to study. Then in week 4, again, some more advanced things: risk management, maintaining your orders, back testing, the fundamentals. We do get into that, and then lot size calculation. This section is critical to trade, critical to get started. You guys need to know these topics in order to actually be able to learn and be able to do well. So again, there's going to be homework at the end of this. So that's week 4. Week 5, just completely go over psychology. So go over all the different emotions that you're going to go through. Me and Nick recorded all these. There's quizzes in every single video here. If we go back into week 1, we'll go into market structure, how it's broken down. You watch the video, take the quiz, and then we got another quiz at the end, more practical one for you guys. Get some examples on there to study, and then we do webinars. So just coming back to the graphic, we do the webinars as well. They're all recorded. I post all of them in the chat for you guys. There's like fucking 30 hours worth of content in there.
It's always being added to.
Yeah, always being added to. Yeah, always being added to. Weekly trade reviews, we do that as well. And you guys are going to get signals. So everything included with the lifetime membership is the 50+ videos, the signals, the one-on-one training, the trading plan, private chat, psychology, fundamentals, the trading book library, the weekly webinars, and most importantly, guys, just a positive community. There's 2 of us, me and Nick. We're always trying to be active and online as much as possible. And we enjoy meeting new people that want to learn how to trade because, like someone just said, Frog, he's someone that's in the community. I believe he's a member. And as you guys build up in the community, you got to hold yourselves accountable. But as you get better, there are opportunities. Like the goal for the community for us is just to network with other people that trade. And, luckily, we've given the opportunity for some of them we've built ourselves. Like they've learned from us and other people, and now they're bad. Like they're good at trading, and we can communicate with them. Or some people just come in and they already know how to trade, and they're just trying to contribute. But that's the goal ultimately: just positively connect with people, and we're happy that we're able to do that. So, hell yeah. So we got 10 spots only for the discount. It's normally $4.99 for our course. If you guys want to get in, it's $2.99 for only 10 spots. And that's pretty much the deal. So if you guys want to get in, just shoot me a message. after this chat, if you guys have any more questions, if you want to watch a little video on what's included again, you could just follow this
video for
link.
that.
I'm about to post it in the chat.
Yep, that link right there will take you to the video and discount code as well. So that's also what's really interesting, or what I thought was always funny about our course, is that a lot of people just didn't really know what was inside it. And it's not like other courses where you're just buying a course and then they're just sending you, 50 videos and then that's it. This, you're buying access to a trading community for life. We're there, the community and us, we're there to support you throughout your trading journey. It's indefinite. It goes on forever. There's one-on-ones you can schedule every week. There's an entire community where you guys can engage, network, connect with people. It's not just, here's a course, we're done with you. You're literally gaining access to our trading community forever, and you get access to us again. So yeah, this is a great deal, guys. I mean, we'll be here. We're not going anywhere. So this course is only going to get longer, only going to get added to, only going to get improved. Yeah, we're just happy to have all you guys a part of this. So get in the community if you're not already. And
yeah. So other than that, Tuesday we'll be back 8 a.m. for our next live training session. I'll upload this to YouTube in a little bit. I see a lot of you guys stayed on, so I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll talk to you guys again soon with we'll talk to you guys again soon. We'll see you guys in the community ASAP.
Peace, guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.